Hey, Facebook. Hey. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Actually, it's 8 o'clock. 8:16 Michigan time. Hi there. Bobby, Lucinda, Flossie May, whatever nickname you call me. It has been so long since I've done a Facebook Live. The last one was just before my birthday, and my birthday was October 2nd. And at that time, I was over the moon, excited for life. I still had red hair. It was short though. I cut it short, but I still had red hair. And my biggest dilemma was what dress was I gonna wear to my very own birthday party I was throwing. And as it turned out, I couldn't make the decision, so I wore 4 different dresses and just made costume changes throughout the night. Anyway, I'm gonna lose my voice or cough, but if I do, like, stay with me. It's not COVID, it's just like some plague thing. See, there you go. I have been sick since no less November 30th. And today's the first day I feel most alive, though I've been working all the way through being sick, but whew, it was a rough one. Anyway, so the last time I did a Facebook Live was for my birthday, which was October 2nd, and I was turning 50, and I was trying to decide what dress to wear, and as I said before, I wore all 4 of them. I had costume changes at my own birthday party and entertainment by me. I mean, it was my birthday. I'm gonna make it all about me. But also at that time, I was feverishly working on a movie, actually writing a movie. I am writing a movie. It is a romantic comedy that exposes abuse and is about 2 addicts that are entangled in a situationship, whatever the case may be. And the one addict is, his drug of choice is alcohol and common recreational street drugs. The other addict, being the girl, her drug of choice is people. And it is very possible to be a love addict and completely addicted to people. Otherwise known as a dry addict, somebody who has addiction bloodline but doesn't use drugs, so they find or rather other things find their way into the addictive mind. Other things being workaholism, maybe. People, maybe. And the absolute high of fresh love. So the movie is about 2 addicts and their story. And when you're watching the movie, my intent is that you have absolutely no idea if you are in love with the guy or if you hate the guy. You just have no idea. You can't land on whether you feel sorry for him or you're an advocate for him or you just are disgusted by him. Because that is the anchor of abuse. That's what abuse is. Partners don't know what to feel from 1 hour to hour, day to day, week to week. And the girl, you have no idea if you're cheering her on or if you're just fed up, tired with her and just want her to, like, why won't you leave this guy? And then on the flip side, you're like, oh man, give him a chance. He's amazing. So I want the audience to be confused, locked in, addicted to the movie, because the movie is about addiction, and to expose abuse. And the specific abuse that I was working on is what's known as silent abuse. And silent abuse is abuse that doesn't leave bruises. It can be psychological, mental, financial, verbal, spiritual. Anyway, that was a long rant to tell you. So I haven't been on here since my birthday. As of my birthday, I was working on my party. I was working on writing a movie. I was prepping for a horror film. I just finished a horror film, and I was starting the second series. That horror film is written by Nigel David and Nigel David Productions, and it's Midnight Owls. I was in Midnight Owls 1. I had a stunning, remarkable 3-minute role. I played the alcoholic, burnt up, used mom, a bit of a barfly, and I love that role. My booker, Alan, designed the costume for me. Well, not really designed the costume, but we talked it through over the phone, and I took a bunch of selfies, and he concurred that I look like a whore, and so we went with it. Anyway, so I was wrapping up that, and then working on lines and memorizing for my Midnight Owl 2, which I had started filming already, and that was really exciting. Another thing I was working on just before my birthday was finishing up construction. And the other last thing I was working on for my birthday was making it wildly exciting so I could enter the year 50 and all things would be different. What most people don't know about me is my biggest trigger months where I suffer the most mental instability. I can admit that, is during the time of my birthday up to New Year's Eve. Most of my closest friends or family have died during that time, and that happened to be the season that my abuser loved to show up in the most abusive way. Anyway, love it. So, all that to say, I have not done a live video since my birthday because while I had an amazing birthday with amazing people and an amazing party, and I can't think of one thing that I regret on my birthday, I can't think of one bad memory on my birthday. Everything about my birthday was everything I needed it to be and everything it was. And why didn't I come back to do lives? Cause right after my birthday, I started to get triggered and I started having nightmares again and flashbacks and inconsistent self-discipline and self-care. And then right after that, I went into phase 2 of construction, getting my fire stove installed. Woo! It's installed and I'm burning fires now. And then right after that, I had a family member die. And then right after that, I had an anniversary of 3 really key people in my life that died at the end of November. And so end of November is always really hard for me because it reminds me of those 3 people. And guess what? The universe gave me a 4th one. So I've not been able to do lives and or be creative or work until this week. And it took getting home and being wildly sick and having to have tremendous amount of self-care to get better, to put myself in the mindset again that I matter and I'm have a job to do, and my job is to give away love and joy. And in order to do that, I have to be healthy. And so this live doesn't have a lot to do with a lot of people that are on my Facebook because most of my lives are about comedy, but I wanted to come on here and just address that if you know anything about me at all. Oh, by the way, I hate doing this, but I'm going to do this. Look at this. I'm trying to do my live, and I saw like some amazing, beautiful people that are on my live. Robin, do you see it? Do you see it, baby doll? It's your scarf that you made for my birthday. Robin's my dear friend that knits me all sorts of beautiful things. And I'm wearing it, Robin. So if you're still watching my live, I have your scarf on. And there's Lynn. Lynn, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. If you're watching my live, I love you. And oh my gosh, I totally forgot. The other amazing thing after my birthday is not only was I in mental anguish and having triggers and going through so many other weird things, but holidays are a really big mind fuck for me because if it wasn't people that I was growing up with, it was people who I fell in love with that have single-handedly destroyed holidays for me. And starting with Halloween. There's a horrible story about Halloween that I won't even get into, but the first time in my adult life that I was able to go to a Halloween party, the person who loved me totally destroyed it, and conveniently on November 1st apologized, and we made up and we are happily ever after. That's what hood love is. So when I was turning 50, I was invited to a Halloween party, and I was gonna I'm like, all things new, all things new, all things new. And so I pulled together a costume, and I went to my very first ever Halloween costume party. And would you believe it? I won. I won. I was a goth high school prom queen, and I went up again. The winner was supposed to be, it was already rigged. I was told before, hi Lisa Marie, I love you too. Oh my goodness, I miss you from Hammond Bars. I miss being your bartender. I love you so much. So for this Halloween party, I was told by the host that the winner was already determined, and the winner was not me. And if I dressed up, it was purely for fun because they already knew who was going to win the contest. And my competitiveness kicked in, and I was like, no, we're not having this. I am going to win. I'm not an athlete. I'm horrible at athletics. They were picking fat kids in wheelchairs before they were putting me on a team in middle school, junior high, and high school. But I went to this Halloween party, and the winner was supposed to be this guy that I think his costume was Peeping Tom, because when he would open up his trench coat, this like giant, what would be the medical term for it? Penis? Would that be the medical term for it? Yeah. This giant penis like would jump out at you. It just terrified me. When he opened up his coat and I saw it, I just was like, terrified. I remember laughing and screaming. And he went around the bar and showed everyone his hidden treasures. Anyway, so when it came time for the Halloween contest, I know how to get an entire bar to pay attention to me and applaud me. I do it for a living, and I get paid money to do it. So their mistake, they went up against a comedian, and I got the entire bar to applaud me, and I won. Am I here to say that I won it fair and square? No, but I won it. I won it. So that was a really big thing. So I didn't get to go online and talk about winning a Halloween contest. I didn't get to go online and talk about my amazing friend, Heather May, from the owner of The Drop Comedy, who gifted me the most amazing thing that I can't even really describe without showing you. So another live video, I'll show you her gift, but she's amazing. And I didn't get to talk about how I started hiking again, only to quit because there were a couple of days there I decided to sleep all day. Because as I mentioned before, October to January is a tough time for me. But this week, having self-care recentered my brain. And I decided that I spend a lot of time talking about two very important things to me. Two very important things. I'm either talking about my comedy career or I'm talking about silent abuse. And sometimes when I talk about my comedy career, friends just kind of laugh and they think I'm like pushing one of my silly videos on them. And I am. If you're not part of my YouTube channel, please subscribe to Lucinda Lives Matter and find the video that you like and share it with everyone. Find the videos you hate and share them with your enemies. I don't know, just keep sharing it. I need likes. So I talk about comedy a lot because it is my career. One day I'll be standing in 1,000-person stadiums telling my story, and I'll be making more money than I ever dreamed of. The second thing I always talk about is abuse. And when I talk about abuse, a lot of the people who know me just keep scrolling, which is so fair, and you can do that. And the thought or temptation is to think that I'm talking about my ex-boyfriend. And you know what? Two things can be true. I am actually talking about my ex-boyfriend because it occurred to me this week that for the rest of my living days, like until I move to heaven, I'm always going to talk about my ex. Because my ex was my greatest gift in life. If I didn't have a pathological, painful relationship, wounds and scars that were hidden wouldn't have been exposed. If I wasn't abused in secret, I wouldn't have realized my power and strength. And because I realized that, my entire platform now is silent abuse. And as I mentioned, silent abuse is abuse that doesn't have bruises. So I'm going to be speaking to sold out stadiums. I'm going to be making $100,000 to $1 million a year. And I'm going to be healing women who are bound and stuck under false lies. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to be brutally honest about the dangers of silent abuse and what I lived through. And I'm going to do it through comedy, and I'm going to do it through crazy songs, and I'm going to do it through movies that I'm writing, and I'm going to do it through every avenue I possibly can. And there's Mark. Mark, I am talking about you. No, I'm not. You were not my ex-boyfriend, but anytime you want to take me out, babe, you can be my next ex, and I'll add you to the list of abusers. Anyway, back to my story. So here's what I decided while I was sick this week. And while I was reading one of my books that I have, I started and stopped and started and stopped and started and stopped and started and stopped a trauma bond recovery class by Lisa Sonni. It's LISA, Stronger Than Before. She is a life coach that teaches you how to break out of a trauma bond. And a trauma bond is when you are connected to a loved one who sometimes is cruel, sometimes is absolutely lovely. And your brain gets addicted to it because the good is so freaking high and feels amazing that you tend to overlook the bad. And you end up high as fuck on love, which is what I was. And that would be a trauma bond. And you have betrayal blindness, which is another big woohoo term. Betrayal blindness is when you're consistently and repeatedly betrayed by lies or inconsistent behavior, only you're blind to it because in the good times, you don't remember that you were abused. And so the real truth here is that when you're in abuse, the good days are the abuse. Like, boom, drop the mic. We think the abuse is when they're calling us a cunt or a bitch or lying or throwing cell phones at us or punching holes in the wall or refusing to speak to us or telling everyone they know that we're crazy. We think that's the abuse. It's not. The abuse is the good. The abuse is when they're buying you flowers and making you bubble baths And when you have incredible, when they can make love to you in a way where you've never felt like that ever in your entire life, when they can make a room light up, when they can make you laugh, when they can make you feel like the most beautiful person in the world, you forget that this is somebody you cry in secret about and are terrified about, and watch your every step and watch your words and are really careful around. The good is the abuse. The good makes you forget that they stole from you, or they lied to you, or they weren't honest with you about who they were, or they caused you to fall in love by pretending to be somebody different. And so, Lisa Stoney's group, Trauma Bond Recovery, I started, I quit. I'm now consistent and I'm doing it, and I'm going to finish it. And full circle, what this brings you to is the reason why I talk about silent abuse so much is that my new purpose in life is to not only give away love and joy, but to set women free and to make my entire comedy platform something that exposes real abuse. But the next thing I'm going to do in this upcoming year, 2026, is not only finish the self-help books that I own, not only finish the class that I signed up for, but I'm going to pursue it, and I'm going to be taking, once I finish as a student, I'm going to be taking all of their coaching classes. And I'm doubling down on being an advocate for women. And so this is your public service announcement. If you don't want to hear me talk about my ex, and you don't want to hear me talk about abuse, and you don't like the song that I wrote, 2 Lines in a Urinal, and you don't like me making fun of unemployed roofers, and you don't like me making fun of rose-colored, who's madly in love with a blue-collar man who sits on a bar stool all day long, which I was rose-colored. And if you don't like my Mr. In-Between Jobs, my construction guy on YouTube, or Goth Anna, if you don't like what I do, this is your public service announcement. Unfriend me and block me, because from today forward, all that I'm going to talk about is advocating for women so that they can be set free. Because when I really, really, really was stuck, and when I lied to everybody I knew about going back to him 2, 3, 4, 10 times, and when I lied to myself, and when I took 3 years to unravel the toxicity that I put myself in, I had a few strong women that would take me back no matter what, would take my phone calls no matter what, would listen to me no matter what. They knew I was with them. And they never said, why don't you just leave him? He's an asshole, give up on him. You're an idiot. This is what you chose. If you didn't want to be treated this way, you shouldn't have gone to him. I have a very few, small, short list of women who didn't do that to me. And I have a long list of loved ones who did the opposite. And they meant well, but they said things like, you're an idiot. Why don't you just leave him? He's an asshole. What's wrong with you? Do you have no street smarts? Do you not know? Like, are you fucking weak? Loved ones said this stuff to me, and all it did is put guilt on shame, but I had grace because I always knew they loved me. And I'm gonna do all the training possible, all the coaching possible, all the books possible, all the certifications I can possibly get so that I can be a safe place for absolutely everyone and anyone that finds themselves in love with someone very, very hurtful. And I'm not innocent like I said, I'm a dry addict. I'm high as fuck on anybody who gives me attention, especially a sexy man that knows how to operate a nail gun and wears flannel. Oh, do they catch my heart. But I'm so much more healed than I was last month. I'm so much more healed than I was my birthday. And I'm so much more healed than I was 3 years ago when I decided to leave. And I'm so much more healed than I was in 2018 when I got a divorce. And I'm so much more healed than 1996 when I was that little girl standing at an altar saying I do to somebody else who wouldn't love me the right way. And I'm gonna get all the training and all the practice and all the knowledge and all the life experience so that I can love me. Because the secret, my friends, to not being silently abused is to very boldly love yourself in an obnoxious, outrageous, big, loud way. When you love yourself, you're not a house with no windows or doors. Because if you live in Cal City, you've seen a house that has no windows and doors, and that house lets everybody in and out, and it's left worse than when you entered. I'm a house that has amazing, amazing windows, beautiful decor, a red carpet that welcomes the right one in, and safety measures that keeps my mind in check so I never forget the treasure that I am. And to everybody who is still watching, the whole video was just about what the heck turning 50 did to me. And if you're a part of my life and you're a part of me being 50, and you don't mind that my whole new mission in life is to expose silent abuse and to do it any which way I can, and the chances are I'll always talk about my ex, but he'll never be my main man again. Because I'm my own best friend, and I'm my own lover, and I'm my own important person. And one day, the goal is to build myself up so that I attract the right one. And my second goal is to build women up so they know that they're immeasurable worth and value and here on purpose. And that they deserve the best and right one that will love them well. And that once you know how powerful you are, good things always follow you. So stay tuned for more information. Stay tuned on my channel. Check out YouTube, Lucinda Lives Matter. Going forward, I'm working really hard on characters and funny videos and my little Lucinda TED Talks, I suppose. It won't always be on Facebook, it'll be on YouTube. But I love you so much. I love you so much. Oh my gosh, look at all this. I can't believe it. My friends are like watching. If you're still here, Amy, Ames, if you're still watching, you're the only reason I graduated beauty school. And I didn't quit. Mark, if you're still watching, Mark, you're a jerk and you're an idiot, but you know I talk truth. And I'm finally making you proud. And everything you tried to tell me when I lived with you, I never forgot it. I just didn't follow it. But I'm paying attention now. I love you, Mark. And, oh my God, Pam, if you're still watching, I love you. You have to be one of the most powerful friends in my life. And Lynn and Robin and Lisa and everybody, I love you so much. And if you have any questions, send me messages. If you have questions about abuse or about pathological, painful relationships, I'm not an expert, but send me a question because I take it very seriously. And on purpose, I didn't speak about this publicly until I could with full integrity. And the full integrity I have is that I really am done. And I really am single. And I really am gone from that. And I have been for some time. And I really am healing pieces of me that allow me to tell someone else just my story and just a conversation. I'm not an expert, but I have a huge heart and I want to see you free. I love you. Mwah! Lucinda Lives Matter. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you for checking out my YouTube videos. And thank you for still being my friend, even though every single day I'm going to talk about my ex. It's going to be really hard for whoever decides to date me, because I'm going to be a prolific influencer that's going to be all over YouTube setting women free. I love you. Mwah!